Yeah. At the time you were doing it, did you meet Timmy Gatlin?
I met him once. Yes, I sure did. Yes. Just one time though with Teddy in Harlem because I know they were doing something together and I went down to the studio and he was with them and very 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 nice guy, talented guy, very good songwriter, very good songwriter.
Yeah, yeah, and I did interview, but then I listened to your podcast on Jack, and the way you describe Teddy, especially, I mean, for those of us, because I would always say that I had my three favorite sort of entertainers are Michael Jackson, Steven Spielberg, and Teddy Riley. I mean, so you can
Very
imagine,
nice.
and I sort of got into music just by following his career and stuff. So when you did you know of him when you and Al got signed, or did they introduce you to him after you got signed, or how did you?
Yes, yes. We met him after. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. It was before I'll be sure got the deal, but Teddy Riley was signed. And it's not easy to get to that point and to get the respect from my peers. The other producers in the industry, people that I looked up to. Jimmy Jam and Teddy Riley. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Teddy Riley and LA and Babyface. Now I'm meeting these people and I get the respect from them. So it was overwhelming to say the least. It really was.
So Jimmy, growing up, when you were listening to music, who were your sort of your the producers who inspired you?
Good question. Stevie Wonder is one of the most incredible musicians, creative minds who ever walked the earth. And I
Wow.
still am a big Stevie Wonder fan. Listening to his chord structures, and even as a child, I realized as a piano player that this was something different from everyone else.
Mm.
Quincy Jones, the way he made records and the sound that he got was so rich and melodic, but still dancey, and the quality of a Quincy Jones record. And then Jimmy and Terry, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Those were the three that I definitely copied coming in. That was my homework, listening to those guys, as producers. Yes.
Yeah, when I spoke to Dal Simmons, I said one of the things I loved about Jimmy and Terry is that they sometimes they can go from working with the taboo artists like Alexander O'Neill, Sherelle, and SOS Band, and then they will go to Janis stuff, and then sometimes they'll go Boys to Men, they'll go to New Edition, and you won't necessarily know it. The sound didn't follow them. They're almost a chameleons. Like, okay, this is you. We're gonna make a sound for you, and that's why people don't recognize a lot of what they did because it didn't sound the same. I could always hear LA and Babyface track, either the drums and the chords, so you can know, okay, that's LA and Babyface. And to some extent, you could tell when Teddy was doing it. But with Jimmy and Terry, they knew how to just adapt to the artist as opposed to letting the artist adapt to them.
Absolutely. I've had art, Sherelle, good friend of mine. And I
Oh,
remember her
wow.
telling me that a long time ago. And she said, yeah, they take in the artist. They spend time with the artist before they make records for them, before they write for them. They want their records to be catered from the art. Not It's not them putting themselves on the artist.
Mm,
They want to encapsulize the artist in their records.
yeah, wow. So, I mean, when you so with all that, when you were creating in effect mode, did you guys then have a sort of an idea as to how which each songs and what you'd want to do, or is it just putting songs together and seeing what sticks?
Good question. No, Namdi, and I'll be sure myself, and Eddie was always around. Make records, make good records, do the best you can. There was no other way to do it. We couldn't go another direction. This is what we did. And if it worked, good. If it didn't, then it didn't, because we weren't seasoned yet. So this was it. And we through Andre, we had maybe 15 songs, and we took the best 8, 13 around there. And we had no idea what we were doing. We were learning on the job. And we had other not songwriters, let's say, but background singers and other musicians, and even the engineer. It was a family thing. And we had no idea we were putting together, but threw us in the studio, go do it, come out with the album, and that was it.
15 songs, you got 8 on the album. What happens to the other 7?
I think we used some of them on the second album.
Okay.
Some we gave to other artists.
Okay.
I remember No Matter What You Do, we gave to someone else, which we actually used for the second album.
Yeah, with Dan Ross.
Yes, very good. Yeah, we actually recorded that for the first album.
Oh, wow.
But we got to a certain point. Now, Miss Ross wasn't involved yet, but B.Sure wrote that for the first album. Oh. And then there was a point where Warner Brothers they had plans, because when they put B.Sure's album, his single, they put Night and Day out, they put it out 2 months before the single actually came out. So he created such a buzz off of the video. Warner Brothers and Uptown said, "Oh, we got to get this thing going, because we got to get this artist out. He's huge, and he doesn't even have a single out, just the video." So that cut the album down to 8 records. They're like, "We got to get him out."
Oh, is it just because you had to rush? You didn't have time to work on it?
Yeah, pretty much, because he was already doing press, and we weren't finished with the album yet, and he's huge, the videos got him everywhere, and the single was just coming out. So both parties said, "No, we got to get this album out." So what point are you at? Even Teddy did a record or 2 just to help us get it going. And then Warner Brothers said, "No, out, let's go. We got to get this thing out."
Wow. Yeah, because they did If I'm Not Your Lover, and then did the yeah, okay. Yeah, Timmy talks about, and yeah, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Then for yourself, when did he first start to bring Cal West, Break It Down? Was it on that first album, or was it the
Yes. It was the first album. Yeah. Al, as I said, he's my younger cousin, and we got so much love for each other, and he wanted me to be a part of the act in the beginning, and that's just not me. It's not my personality. So when we were making the records, he wanted to make sure everybody knew my cousin is on here. He might not be in the group, but he's a part of this, and he just started putting my name in every record.
So when he was doing that at first, what did you say? You said, "No, come on, that doesn't sound right," or what did you say?
I actually had a conversation with Andre Harrell. I said, "Is that legal?"
What do you mean legal? What do you mean?
I'm like, I don't know. This belongs to Warner Brothers. The Warner Brothers have a problem. And Andre looked at him. He scrunched up his face like, "No, of course he can do that." And once Al knew that was it. every record. So yeah, he was just looking out for family. I love him to death.
Yeah, because it made you worldwide famous. Because as I said, here I am in Nigeria, like, wow, what's in this Cal West? That's the guy. So your name is so synonymous with B.Sure, especially on the music, and you start to subsequently get Diddy and everyone else and adding their names on the records and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it was yours sort of first sort of like continuously throughout, and it was like, wow. And before producers were known, because people, you have to be a real music historian to know about what Jimmy and Terry were doing and stuff. Quincy as well, because Michael brought him on, but most of the times we didn't know the producers.
That's right. And I think also, it was just that young movement, the 87, 88, that young movement of kids, inner city kids. And this is our thing. We don't know how long we're going to be doing this. And it turned out to be 40 years, 30, 40 years. but it's like this is our thing now. We're going to do it our way, and putting names and records and shout outs to your boys. That wasn't being done before that. So that's part of that movement. And definitely here in New York, all the producers, the rap producers, everybody, they wanted everyone to know who they were.
Yeah, well, we started hearing about.
B.Sure was one of the first to do it.
Yeah, because then thereafter we started hearing about Marley Marl and and stuff, and so Then did you get involved when he did I Want Somebody? Were you involved with the production with Heavy D and the boys with Albie?
Oh no, I was not. I was still at school then.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that was 90. So no. But no, that was Eddie. That was all Eddie and Heavy doing their thing. And and Eddie, by that time, Eddie had his own production team. He created the Untouchables.
No, but by 1990 though, I'm talking about that's 1990.
Yeah. Oh, so I Want Somebody came on that okay. So
on
the
Peaceful Journey. Yeah, Peaceful Journey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was not a part of that.
No, it wasn't. It was Big Time.
Living Large?
Living Large, yeah. So no, it wasn't Living Large. It was the second, it was the one with We Got Our Own Thing. So that was the Big Time.
Yes, yeah. I remember that one, the second album.
The second album.
But that was it. That was Eddie's production. He brought in the musicians and everything. I did not play anything on it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Halftime Chat community. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, why don't you consider being a member? That's a way of supporting the channel, but also getting a lot of videos ahead of time, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive content that doesn't get shared. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of Halftime Chat. Sweet.